Alright folks, so when the deal comes, you gotta run. Browsing the Facebook marketplace, I saw these two laptops. Well, it was one, then I found out it was two. $25. It's a Dell Inspiron Gaming 15. Not much information about it. Lady says it worked when they last used it, but they don't have the charges for it. They want $25. I messaged her and said I was interested, and she said, oh, I have another one. You want both for 50? I offered 40. And she said, yeah, okay, cool. So I'm ready to pick it up now because apparently there's a bunch of other people interested in it. And if I get these, there's a lot of meat on the bone for it. Number one, the parts alone, because if it has like an SSD or an M.2, which I'm hoping they have, that alone is worth it. But if I'm able to get these things going, get a cheap charger for about $10, $15, get this thing installed with a fresh copy of Windows, I could easily flip these laptops for $150, be into it maybe $50 total, make $100 profit for an hour's worth of work, $200 altogether for both of them. So yeah, we're heading over there, and hopefully I get there before everybody else and we can make some easy money. Plus, on the other side, they could both be broken and I could be SOL. So it's a gamble, but sometimes you got to pay to play. So hopefully this works out well. We'll see. All right, we're here. I just messaged her, so waiting for her to come out. At least this place is not sketchy as the last one I went to, so it's a good start. All right, so I did pick up the other one. This is a Dell G5. This is the other one. So let's get back to the garage. We'll take a look at these quick. I do have a universal power adapter, and we can find out if these work. If they work, score. If not, maybe the parts are still good on it, and we could definitely make some money off of that, or parts I could use for other stuff. So let's get out of here. Well, that's something you don't see every day. I got an 18-wheeler blocking all the lanes. What is he trying to do? I think he's trying to get out of there. Or maybe he's trying to back into there. Great. Come on, guy. You can do it. I think he's trying to back into there. I don't think that's wood. It might be some poles or anything. I really don't know what's back there. I have lived here for many, many years, and there's a bunch of areas I still don't know. So, yeah, I think he's backing in there. Okay, pretty cool. Well, we're gonna sit here and wait. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, we're gonna sit here and wait. Oh wait, no. We can move. Sweet. That wasn't too bad. Back in the garage, and good news and bad news. Good news, my trip got delayed. Bad news, my trip got delayed. Good news in the sense that now I have time to tinker with these things, because I hate going on a trip knowing that when I have to come back, I have something I have to do, and this would drive me crazy because does it work? Does it not work? Did I get hosed? Is there meat on the bones? But anyways, so it's a little rough. Let me see if I turn the slide off. Yeah, little gross, but that's not bad. This is something that will buff out real easy with Magic Eraser, so that'll be fine. It's a Dell G15 gaming. As far as specs, I don't know anything. Okay, but still looks pretty good. This one is also a Dell. Ooh, the lid opens up nicely. Inspiron 15 gaming. Okay, it's got the GeForce RTX Core i5 7th gen. So if these things do, ooh, I hit the power button. I see light. Are you turning on? Does the battery have some type of charge on it? Getting ahead of myself. Let's see if this one does it. Okay, that one's dead as a doornail. This one is not doing anything. Oh man, this thing is making me nervous. Okay, so probably the battery's dead. It just shut off. Hopefully. So now let's dig into this. This is a universal power adapter, and I've had this thing for a couple of years, and it works great. What I like about it is you kind of look at which computer you're looking on, which computer you're looking at, and it tells you exactly the adapter. So this one is 19.5 volts, 2.31 amps, blah, 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 M22. Only unfortunate thing is they kind of just throw everything in there. So we just got to find the M22. That one says M3. You probably can't see it. So let me find the M22. So I read the adapter thing wrong. It says M22 Dell Inspiron, but not the one I have. Luckily they have another one, the M9, which is the Dell Inspiron. Well, I see the number 15. So I'm going to assume that works because this is what M22 is. This is what M9 is. Yeah, a lot bigger on that. And I checked the electro voltages and digitals, and that all seems to match up. So this should be good. Nice heatsink back here. And fortunately, these are spec the same, so it will work. So let's get this thing plugged up. Now I've already done the smell test on these. They don't smell burnt, but they definitely got the smoker smell, which that sucks. But we could clean that. We could definitely clean that. All right, got it plugged in. Any lights or anything to suggest? All right, here goes nothing. I'm not hearing nothing, not seeing nothing. Come on. And it just shut off. Ooh. Now it's not powering back on. Still not doing anything. Do I even hear the fans? It fired off. Okay, so we're not off to a good start with this one. Sometimes it could be as simple as just taking out the battery, and that could resolve the issue if the battery's definitely bad, but have to think about that. Alright, let's move on to this other one. Let's see if this will fire up. Now, this one also uses the same type of connector. Just plug you in. Come on. And this one is also not firing up. Now we do have variables with this, and one variable could be that this power brick may not be enough for it. I do see the cap locks LED on, but that's about it. Yeah, not seeing anything coming to life on this one. Oh boy. So it could be that they're fine. Here's the issue that I just noticed. Looking at the electro digitals, I read it wrong, and these call for 6.7 amps. My AC adapter only goes up to 6.0 amps, so that is definitely not good. We could take a gamble and buy one of the power adapters for it, which it's going to take a couple of days for it to get in. That's fine. But I think for now, let's open it up and take a look and see if we have any spill action. Because if there's water damage in there, I might not be willing to gamble with it. We can also see if there's anything burnt. So let's open these up. Now, I am curious on how this is going to look if I clean this up. This is just isopropyl alcohol. And mostly I want to get rid of the stickiness that's driving me nuts. And we are going to make this a lot better, I promise. Oh, yeah, that's gross. That's smoker juice. The whole nicotine. Now, to kind of show proof of concept, it's a magic eraser. We'll just put some right here. And this will clean this out real nice. Kind of bring it back to life. And I know I'm putting the horse before the cart, before the carriage, before even making sure this is working. But kind of get an idea how nice this thing is going to look. And we'll spend more time on it. Oh yeah. She's coming around pretty nice. Let's see if we could just keep scratching that off or scrubbing that off. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Gosh, that's nasty. But yeah, looks pretty good. Not bad. Alright, let's open it up. The bottom looks worse. Great. So these appear to be the Phillips. Now, when I sell laptops like this, I clean them really good. Well, when I sell laptops or any type of computer device that has the whole smoker smell to it, they take a little longer to sell. And here's why. I won't sell them until I'm confident the smell is pretty much gone. Even if I got to leave it sitting out for a couple of days, scrub everything, it kind of cuts into your time and money, but still, I think it's kind of embarrassing to sell computer equipment that reeks like somebody else's habit. No offense to those people who do it, but yeah. Wow. So looking at what we have, dang, we got mechanical drive action. That's no bueno. I was really hoping for an SSD. CPU fan, GPU fan, memory, 8 gig. Yeah, we only have 8 gigs, so not too terrible. These fans are like, do you hear that? Holy moly. Well, the good news is no roach action. The bad news is still don't know if it works. This we could clean up. It's not too big of a deal. And the more I'm diving into it, folks, that's rust. These might be dead. I guess let's just keep going, because I really need to assess this. Now, there's rust on the screws, but I'm not seeing corrosion or rust on the board, which is a good sign. I've typically seen that like in humid environments, which is okay. If it's just on this type of stuff, we could deal with that. But if it's on anything else, could not be good. Ooh, God. Folks, that's horrific. Now this fan is just clogged and cake, which is not good. Yep. Starting to free up a little bit, so I'm sure we could work it and make it better. The other side, just as depressing. This is why I do my stuff in the garage, because, well, you know, don't want it in my living space. But then again, my wife does say I practically live in my garage, so maybe this is not a good idea either. Alright, so at least we got these things moving. Our heat sinks are just disgusting. Yeah, we'll just have to get the vacuum for that. And then I think at this point, yeah, that's not confidence inspiring. But we can't see the other side of the motherboard unless we take it apart, which I'm really not in. I'm not interested in doing that at this point. without knowing if this thing works. If I know this thing works, then I'll gladly strip this thing apart, scrub it, but I think for now, we're just gonna leave that be. What I will do is take out this battery. And the reason for that is sometimes a bad shorted battery will keep a laptop from firing up. I mean, yes, I can unplug it, but I also want to see if it's swollen or anything. It's just like everything in this laptop is gross. Yep, gross. All right, let me get a vacuum this up. All right, so I've loosely put it back together. What I'm gonna do now is plug in the power. Just like so. I don't have the battery plugged in. Let's hit this and see if the thing comes on. Folks, it works. Came back. So, yeah, a bad battery. That's awesome. So a bad battery is what's wrong with this. Pretty cool. So now I'll have to heavily dive into this to clean it and get it going, but we're off to a good start. Let's see. So it says you have a undersized 90 watt power adapter. I need 130 watt, which is good. And here's why. I could go ahead and order myself a better one of these, a universal one, which I do need, so I would not be wasting money. But at this point, this thing fires up and we can save it. So that's a win. All right, cleaned up my workspace. Looks a lot better. No crusties. Let's move on to this one. Once again, not 100% sure the specs on this, and we'll look into that just a little bit. So let's see. This might be easy. I think people have been in here trying to fix what was wrong with it. Nice. Once again, the yellow smoker stuff. Gross. Same thing with this one. Well, at least the fans move, so that's a good thing. Ugh, mechanical hard drive. But we have provisions for M.2, and I definitely have a bunch of these, so that's a win. Let's get this battery out. Okay. Gross. All right, now that we've disconnected that, let's do the same thing. Find the power. The hard drive fell out. Shouldn't these have screws? How big is it? It is... Am I missing it? A terabyte, 5,400 RPMs. Oh my gosh. That would definitely be super slow. Oh, gotta plug this back in. Yep. Always forgetting. Come on. Fans are not spinning. Can we get a screen? Might not be so lucky with this one. And it turned off. Let's try it again. Come on. Turn on, little buddy. Alright. Power. Yeah, it keeps turning off. I'm fairly confident that we don't have enough juice to do it. It calls for 130 watt power break. This is only 90 watts, so got lucky with taking out the battery on the other one and getting it to turn on. So considering they use the same power adapter, I'll order one. At least I'll have that for the other one, so the other one will work once we get it cleaned up, and then we can find out if this is working. So I'm going to end the video over here, and even though things kind of sort of look not promising, they are promising. And here's why. Number one, we know that this one turns on, it gives us a screen. I did tinker with it a little more off camera. It did boot into Windows, but obviously the person before me has their own password and everything, but I didn't really dive deep into that, primarily because I don't have all these screws tightened down. It needs fresh thermal paste, and I really want to clean this up. But with that being said, the specs on this one, and it's a Dell G5 5590, it's got an i7. This is the 8750 flavor, if I'm not mistaken. It does have a storage, and I was wrong earlier saying yuck just this, but it does have 128 gig M.2, and we could put the longer one in there and upgrade that if we wanted to. Only has 8 gigs of memory. I could pop in another 8 gig stick. In fact, if this one doesn't work, we could sacrifice the memory and put it in this one. So we do have options. And besides giving it a good cleaning and getting a power adapter, which is going to cost us $20, we'll be into this $40. I could easily sell this for about $200 to $250, making about $150 to $200 profit, which this is a win. And I know I could clean this up pretty nice, so that's not bad. This one, on the other hand, we haven't been able to confirm it works, primarily because the limitation of my power adapter, this being a 90 watt and us needing 130 watt, I can't confirm whether it's dead or not. If this one fires up with the power adapter, we'll take this apart, even though this one's going to be a little more involved from what I look. Clean this up real nice. This one could easily sell for about $200. So there is money to be made on the table, even if this one is the only one that works. But if this one works, we're doing fantastic. Stay tuned. I'm probably going to do a part 2 on this one of just really diving in, cleaning these things out, and showing how much I could flip it for, the performance on them, and also giving closure if they both work 100%. Even though this boots up, maybe the graphics cards don't work. I don't know, a lot of little variables. But if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if we get enough traction, I definitely probably will push for a part 2. We'll see. So with all that being said, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, concerns, criticism. Would you have taken a gamble with these laptops for as cheap as they are? Do you think they're worth selling? And can we really get rid of that smoker smell? If you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, we'll see what we come up with next.